second one, it was their undoing. Here on Inferno, it's all got to happen.
Yeah, roll the music, roll VT, Astralis taking on Virtus.pro, and it's culminating on this third map of Inferno. Two incredibly close maps on the build up to this, and I'm sure that this one is set to deliver. As you said, Hugo, T-side beginning for VP, and it feels only fitting. You know, we've got to see this grueling style of game play out of them for 3.5 hours now. They can deliver more of that in spades on this T-half.
Yeah, that's a brutal B hold. Players on either side getting tagged up, Goosh through the wood, and so VP will hold on their B offensive. You'll notice they only have one smoke, one flash as well. Limitations here for VP in terms of getting into the bomb site. But with the best teams in the world, we've got to have the best observer as well. Rush is here, commanding, guiding, pressing every number from 1 through 9. Clave, he spots that B play, he gives it up. As said, with only one set of util, you don't want to really be running fakes with this, but that might be the plan here after all. We've got 2 apartments for VP, the util still back down ramp, apps getting cleared. Got to worry about Dupree tucked in on the corner with Bubsky baiting for him. VP are going to walk right into this.
Yeah, this little apartments crossfire between Bubsky and Dupree, it could be devastating, especially with the CZ up in your face. Bubsky to draw the attention in, and Dupree was meant to get that kill, but instead, it's all come unraveled. Clave misses this timing up through mid, and the round could fall apart now. One man in the site is Zip, the only man left standing for Astralis. They're coming his way, and James cuts him down out of the round. It's a dominant pistol to begin Inferno for VP.
Yeah, you would have really loved that app setup to actually yield some tangible results there for Astralis. Instead, VP just blow their way into that A site. And yeah, you know, again, it's VP, it's Inferno. This is a map full of fakery, full of trickery, Harry, and VP are going to be at the helm with that on this T side, right? Taking B early, going back to A, leaving lurkers to keep map control. These are all things that we're expecting to see from VP on the T side of this map. So Astralis got to be careful with how and when and who they rotate. Right now it's a force up. They want to flip it on its head early. Scout for Bubsky, Deegs elsewhere. And VP close in mid. Oh,
nice opener from this scout. Okay, this could still get interesting, especially with a player concealed behind the car. A flash, if it goes over the top, is going to blind kicker, and he's fully open at this peak. Magisk could have a freebie. There's damage at least, and you know you forced VP away from the B bomb site now. That's information as well. More damage coming out from this scout in the pit. Bomb's been retrieved by Kicker and is making its way up through middle. Virtus.pro don't really have any options open to them here apart from committing into this A-bomb site. They gave up that banana control. They let Astralis have their run on this side of the map. And so they might just look to move in out through the long side. Easy does it. Very, very quiet on the approach. That smoke goes down now to conceal the movements of these long players. VP start to show their head on shore.
Yeah, Bubsy's been mollied out as well. He's not got a lot of room to move. Zip, same case on the site. Not going to get a kill. Dupree's hiding in the water, in the pit rather. They jump over him, and Dupree doubles up, grabbing an AK. This is a force by round that Astralis are now controlling, and they are stealing it right from Virtus.pro. Magisk with a double dig, and you can hear him getting loud. It means everything. Astralis not letting VP start strong.
Unreal round out of Magisk and Dupree especially, right? I think it's important that Dupree finds so much in the pit. If you remember back on Dust 2, he was having a very rough time. It looked like he was getting in his own head a bit. And so now you get onto Inferno, you can turn a new page if you're Dupree, and there you were instrumental to winning that force buy round with your double D kill in pit. Okay, if we can get Dupree activated, if we can get everyone showing up for Astralis, I know we're on for another belter here, Hugo.
Absolutely, because we look at players like, you know, someone like Zip, for example, on that last map, he was just destroying, man. He got 40 kills by the end of thing. No one else even hit 30. Bubsky was close. And yeah, Dupree was bottom of the server. Now we have guns out, but not for VP. It's Astralis using their opponent's weapons against them. Full Glocks. Rare to see a T concede force by wars this early, right? We often see if a team in VP's position to just buy up and keep sailing down the river, keep fighting back and forth with force buys. A VP go, fine, you want it, you can have it. We know how many AKs you've got. You've got 3 of our rifles at least, and then 2 more. So VP, I actually really like this call. It's a rare sight, but giving Astralis 2 and then coming in with guns of your own at least stops all the delay in getting to those rifle rounds.
And this is like, this is one of these little Glock almost tack pauses where you have a bit of time to just talk about how you're going to approach the rifle round in the next. Also, the more time you take, the more utility Astralis waste in holding these angles that we're never even getting pressured. And so now you've had your chat, you've had a bit of time, you're just going to commit everyone in through the apartments. Nade on Magis does do a lot of damage, and he might be on for a bit of a killing spree down here in the pit. This is the chance that the frag movie clip for Magisk. In with 3, Molly burns out the remaining 2. And so Astralis get the conversion, full Glock round. You were never that worried. Now the big guns come through for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, I really like that. The sooner the better for VP, right? That just shows you have faith in your gun rounds, in your game plan on this T side, and you certainly need to up against a team like Astralis. So AKs are out here for Virtus.pro, and we have a pretty even early buy. It's rare to see, full guns on both teams at round 4. With how the money is and all. But here we go. VP moving up Banana, establishing their default. Astralis are meeting them there, though, and it's not gone well for Bubsky. Luckily, the trade is still here. Those mollies push kick it forward. He couldn't go back. He couldn't stand still. That was his only option. Or where that came from, Buster's hunting the trades. And there are 2 CTs here, and they wait for him to run low on ammo. Back to the pistol now. This is a mess. They're going to try and hunt him with that deep smoke, but Glaive doesn't want to go wide and be on the chopping block. He knows, and he gets it, even converting the spray onto Yakinda as well.
Yeah, that is dirt out of Glaive, like getting away with the double there. All right, he knows he's done more than enough in landing that spray transfer. And this first rifle round for VP, remember, they bit the bullet. They took an eco to field rifles right away. Well, they're not showing us why at all. They've been blowing out the water in this rifle v rifle round. And it's a little while till you can really look to stem the bleeding if you lose this one. Another eco will be looming for Virtus.pro. At the very, very least, they need damage.
Yeah.
And if you want to look for silver linings, it's that Astralis is still split 2-2. So as VP ease into this B bomb site, they've got an even odds fight to try and get this bomb down.
Yeah, there's always hope. There's always a bit of hope, but let's see if it was worth having. Jame with a molly to the back of B is going to push out a player, but he turns, and Glaive has done a lot of damage. Can it get finished off by Zip on the boost? Dodging flashes, and Jame wanted to check it, but he wasn't convinced. Sanji now alone swaps off the gun and gets repeat by Magisk. It doesn't get worse than that, punishing for Astralis 3-1. Poor Jame as well. After he kills Glaive, he never goes back to check boost. That was what he was doing in the first place. And so that 2v2 that did ensue does not favor VP. And back to the drawing board with it. It's a really good position for Astralis though, right? Like as we've said, and as has been clear across this entire series, leads do mean nothing. Being up 5-10 rounds doesn't make you a winner yet, but getting on the board early, getting those rounds in, and starting to feel the map out, Astralis are definitely in full control right now. I like this. They throw deep nades down Banana, and then they swap their players back to B. Now we have even more utility on this bomb site. VP aren't going to be expecting it.
Yeah, this is great, man. Like, if you're Yakinda here waiting with 3 points of health, you've gone, well, they've just thrown all their utility. Oh, no, there it is. There's the real utility on those players that rotate in late. It deals with Yakinda. And so any chance of finding something on this pistol round now should really be out the window for VP. Going a man down early on is stressful. It's freed up a player on Astralis to play that rotation role and go and help out at this B-bomb site. The only little window that I'm noticing right now, and I'm sure everyone is watching at home, is Sanji trying to strike a deal with the timing gods on this CT wrap. And there he is is doming Dupree. Now these players at B are faced with a bit of a question, a bit of an ultimatum. Do they tuck in and wait for a B play split through CT and Banana, or do they try to pressure this Banana area? Right now, they're still holding on to top B. Here comes the push from Virtus.pro. Glaive needs to hold his own, and Zip will swing out to try and help, but it's not gone well. This CT wrap has delivered when it matters most for VP, and it's given them a chance at a 2v2 with a bomb plant.
Well played to VP to just waste the time of Astralis there so long for Sanji. Now Astralis are wasting no time themselves. They're running right in. They're hunting these 2v1s and trying to find Jaime at the back of the bomb site. He is alone. His teammate locked out by the smoke. Can they find him? They're chasing back Nubox. They will check it. Jaime gets the shot though, and through the smoke goes Sanji. Jaime wins both fights and saves VP on an eco win. My goodness, that should never have been VP's round. That was Astralis' chance to start running away, Harry. VP with pistols, Tech 9s, Deagles, P250s, you name it, they've got it. And it's doing the work. Even though they run through that B smoke, they still don't peek at the car for long enough for Sanji to get activated. And then James somehow does this. That's got to get you hyped. Yeah, now you're feeling it. Winning ecos and breaking the money early. Astralis have a full buy, but they have nothing left in their pocket.
Yeah, what was once looking like a chance for Astralis to build up money and look to steamroll in the opening segments of the first half has now been brought down to the wire once more. That smoke as well and truly missed the mark. Not the end of the world. You've still got 4 in play, so it just means you can't really sell this B fake just yet. No re-aggression. That's what Virtus.pro were worried about. That's why they've been kind of very respectful over top Banana in how they're taking this. They're scared of those pop flashes, and they're scared of Astralis trying to retake this control. Well, now that shouldn't be so much of a problem. With utility going into A, that third man at B has been pulled away. That's Bubsky on rotation. So the B site is left in the original 2 players' hands, Glaive and Zip. This is where VP try to go back and try to move in towards Banana. After forcing Astralis out early, not as worried about re-aggro now. They know they might have tempted that third player away, and so this is where they're going to look to hit the go button on a B execute.
Yeah, that smoke's pretty fresh though, and VP might have to go through it because there's another one down at the 24-second mark. VP, or the spam might get a kill, and that will entice them. Glaive gets out with 10 health remaining. They've done good damage to VP anyway in the first place. They're going, they're running right through, and Zip has dropped the bomb, falling back with a double. Glaive spams the smoke. It's so messy. It's all Astralis's. All they need to do is stop the bomb plant, but Buster provides cover, and he almost gets it down in time, almost won't cut it. Forget the kills. It's the round for Astralis. Buster needs to live, as he doesn't want to lose his gun and his funds. But that's a shame. He gets the kill, and then has to stick the bomb. Like, he couldn't have gone for the plant earlier. He would have been a dead man. Maybe a Coffin's plant, but Glaive have already wrapped round. Oh. Nice utility saving for Astralis. That's one thing to credit, right? They hold those smokes until the final 20 seconds of the round, and that's what forces VP through it.
Yeah, I mean, back when Astralis' utility usage was really making waves, Inferno was at the forefront of that. Oh, okay. I love this out of Bubsky. Hold that thought, because this guy, we talk about util, we talk about slow rounds. Bubsky decides, look, this one's going to be fast, and that's coming off the back of me. Ult mid-peak, and a double kill lined up. Disastrous start for Virtus.pro. They've been used to being shown a lot of respect across the map so far. They weren't ready for that peek out of the bedroom.
Yeah, these aren't plays that you should be going for every round, but these are things that Astralis can sprinkle in on top. Every 2 or 3 gun rounds, start pushing, start taking Banana, push down middle, make an ult fight, get your AWP in the action. I love the call to do so. Now they just got to close it, and Zip's hunting. 2 kills, dropping off the boxes. Only Sanji, and they are coming to him. No comfort, no safety in this site. And 5 alive for Astralis. Now they're starting to warm in. They may have lost to that eco, but otherwise it's been pretty damn clean for Astralis. The only rounds VP win are with Glocks.
Yeah, just then I just got like as well kind of almost glimmers of the old Astralis shining through with how you know, kind of untapped and how raw the aggression was that we got early. Like there was so much confidence in those opening few fights, and then going on to close out the round by actively chasing the remaining players at Banana. Astralis had already decided in their heads that that round was won before it began, and it was evident in the gameplay.
Yeah, sometimes that can be your biggest undoing, for sure, but not for Astralis, not there at least. And it's got to feel good for Bubsky as well, right? Because he has been the, you know, I say laughing stock, and I don't mean him, more his position than anything, right? We're just getting left on this back seat and not getting any of the limelight. And in a time where it feels like individually he could be peaking and having some of the best performances of his life before he joined this team. Well, finally, now he's here with a core that have, you know, run wild over every region in the world and lifted trophies there as well. So this is so great to see Bubsky being set up by this team and succeeding while he does it. Takes a peek in middle, he bails out early, and VP are coming to meet him there.
Dupree with that up. Strikes Sanji off the tally, incendiaries his escape as well. They are running him down, so Dupree's going to get tested here. Ooh, they're up in his face. Nice. He takes one to the grave with him. James Orp struck away, and the round is cleaned up by Astralis. Nice double out of Dupree when it really did matter. If he didn't get away with that, you know, and James given a bit more room with that scavenged Orp, could have been a very different round.
Yeah, I think putting Dupree back on the AWP is a really nice call as well, right? Like, we were talking about the trouble he was having on Dust. He was having problems. Like, don't get me wrong, everyone has had a round today with the AWP. Like, Zip has even had a round with the AWP. Glave's been running it most of the time. But when I think of, like, second AWP in this team, I think of Dupree. I think of, you know, Device and Dupree. And, you know, it's so great to see him back with his weapon. Now, a little less pressure.
I think it's a nice way to try and reinvigorate him a bit as well, right? Because the rifle just wasn't hitting back on Dust 2. And so now you've given him a different gun, different chance to show what he's got, and he is delivering results with it.
Yeah, and I love how mobile the CT side is as well at the same time. Right? Again, we had that swap of util in this round. Two players go B, they throw their grenades, and then they double back and trade positions. More util at B. However, that's a problem because VP are not interested in B. So that util will now be relegated to retaking if we get there. Dupree's rerouted on long. He's beat the timing, rather. Yakinda hasn't crossed yet, and he's trying to bait the AWP shot out. He gets the info, but Dupree gets the kill. And now VP, this is a bit awkward. It's drawn to a halt, but they still want to commit with their control.
Yeah, they don't really have any options again. You know, they kind of all in the idea of this A play, and even though the results haven't been great initially, they don't have anything else left in the tank. You don't know what's happening at Banana. For all you know, Astralis could be in mid, and so this A play has got to work. You don't have other options. There's the opener from James. Bubsky still in the sight, tries to hold on, and he's not going down quietly. However, Kicker and Buster are given a chance. They're given these kills, and it's left on to Glaive in the 1v2 in the blink of an eye.
How did they muscle their way back into this one? It was going so well until it wasn't. Now Glaive can't see Buster on top of the balcony, and it's going to be a cleanup for VP 2v4, I feel like. For that one.
It was so fast, like unreal, it was so instant.
All the kill feed kills are coming up blue, the nade is beautiful from Dupree and Library, and then suddenly it starts to get awkward. VP, we know we never count them out in any score, but again, in any round, individuals shining through and winning an important rifle round there on the T side, and now they've got the money to show for it. James Orp taking on Dupree.
Dupree's over at A, so we're not going to get to see that head-to-head immediately, especially not with Virtus.pro. Challenging for Banana. Buster taps Glaive out. One bullet fires over the head of these players up at the front, leading the charge. And it has rolled out the red carpet in this B site. Zipnix, it is all you, and Kicker rids us of the solo B hold. It's just Virtus.pro in this round. Bomb plant found and a save called in for Astralis. There is nothing they can do here. Oh, that's brutal. And that is a great example of a change of pace out of VP, something that we didn't really see out of their T-sides back on, you know, dust regulation or an overpass. Was this, you know, one of the comments we made, Astralis were very, very keen on taking some early fights. They never really had to worry about Virtus.pro exploding onto the scene after getting that first kill. Well, that round there, you know, VP are no slouches. They know that getting a B opener in that fashion, that is the equivalent of being welcomed into the site.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with the fact that we're, you know, a lot of teams will like triple and sometimes even quad B at the start and throw the util, and then, you know, the nade players will leave. Astralis haven't been doing that. You know, they've just been going 2-3, throwing the nades and then swapping if there's no rush, if it's quiet in the mid round. And so, you know, for that reason alone, VP have no problem with taking B fast. They haven't seen triple nades down Banana. They haven't seen, you know, a 4-man stack in that site early. And so, yeah, they're fine taking on what is essentially a 5-on-2. Here was Buster's kill, yoinked from Kicker, and a very nice couple of entries from those two on VP. The guys who won that 2-on-4 to close it out again. 6-4. Back to Banana. Now we have a triple B for Astralis. Orbs here as well. VP are being very methodical with their util, volleying off everything they can. Astralis still trying to get value from theirs before they lose position. Nades going in deep, but they receive more damage than they give out. Although it's very close.
Oh, is this going to be a Banana retake? Like, the flash is being lined up for Glaive to move back in. You feel like he's a little more free as well because of this triple B hold, right? He's got more in the way of support. If you lose anyone trying to go aggro, you can withstand some of these punches, but you didn't want it to go down in that fashion. You wanted Glaive to have a chance with the flash. Instead, he's peeked ahead of it. And now, Virtus.pro, they completely leave the B bomb site. They get that kill, and now they move back into A. There is the rotation from Astralis. They're calling for bodies to move around, but Yakindar might remove the orb. Oh, nice from Dupree. Has that just given Astralis a bit more of a fighting chance? Dupree and Bubsky are both dead, but Magisk, oh, Magisk in this position, of all positions, up in the apartments, has evened the playing field. A 2-on-2. And with Zip still alongside him, still the same ferocious face that he's been all series long. Maybe there's a chance. Buster nailed by Zip on the peak. And the clutch is in. Zipnix once again standing tall at the end of that round, puts a 7th on the board for Astralis.
He is impeccable right now. This guy's not stopping, and more clutches to add to the cabinet. He even gets that first kill before Magisk activates. Zip spams the smoke on Library, and he gets a kill. That draws all the attention away from Magisk. They think the Zip is that third A player, and yeah, Magisk at least gets one kill from this position, sets Zip up for the clutch, and he answers the call. 7-4, and a lovely little round there out of Zipnix. Far from done yet, though. Hey, Astralis know that. They've just played through 3 overtimes in the last 2 maps. Far from done.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, you know, we're still putting a lot of onus in these first half rounds, but man, like, if this series is anything to go by, any single scoreline is enough for VP to worm their way back in. It's what they're good at. Regardless, when you've been splitting hairs as finely as these overtime games, you need as much as you can get on the Astralis side. Reinvestments, looking proper for Virtus.pro. Once again, this Banana fight coming in, and Zip on the receiving end of that Molotov. Team flashed as well by Dupree, so I don't think he ever even knew he was burning. That is a brutal opener. Oh, it's not often that that's how you lose someone early on, and especially not when it's Zip. You're going to try and boost back. This is risky. This is ballsy. With Kicker waiting, if a flash goes over the top of the half wall, these 2 players are dead.
Super scary right now. Kicker could just hold this. He was a moment ago. If Glaive jumped up, he should be dead, but Kicker backs up.
James got the flash, though. That's what's scaring me. Like, he's holding it. There's the flashbang, and that's what we were worried about. Kicker dismantles the boost. Oh, you could see it building up before your very eyes. And elsewhere, all over the map, the kills are coming in for VP. This is where it gets scary. Look, the bomb's going down in B, but they're already hunting the saving Dupree orb.
Yeah, good luck getting out of here alive. That's one shot from Dupree, but really your stat padding and money saving at this point, the leg is unfortunately too low. And so it's only damage. So you can, the VP take the AWP away, they keep theirs, and they start building back into the T side. Can't say it's the first time we've seen it, but it might be the last time here. Certainly the last time for one of these two teams. Right now, Astralis on the back foot. They might be up in rounds, but they've got no more money. So VP's chance to really start taking the lead away in this T side is here. Force for Astralis, rather not be on the next round bye. Instead, it's a double eco. All the better for VP to build into this half, I say. Hell, they could win it out, Harry.
I mean, man, when we were in the Astralis era, one of the comments that would often get made is they were so good at getting you to subscribe to their system, right? The utility was punishing, the way they played the game was punishing, and you didn't really have a choice but to be at their mercy, whereas VP, they've kind of taken that sentiment in their stride. When you play this squad, you're into the VP world of madness, right? You're into the 5-hour best-of-3 reality that we live in. I don't think any other team is as good as directing the flow of a game, and so much of it comes off their own backs and their own ability to grind out these victories.
Yeah, VP turn a BO1 into a BO3 and a BO5 into a BO7. So let's see how this last map will go. Boost up for Astralis, but VP, as is tradition, are in no mood to commit. Finally leaving A, and look who's joining. Astralis making, unfortunately, the wrong read, moving their stack back over with this boost on Zip. He's about to confirm everything here on this B site.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal, man. Zipnix, what can you even do? They're in, they're running amok, and now you fired off with the Deagle. They know he's up on the boost. He knows they've spilt into the B site, and he can't do anything about it. The reality of this force buy setting in for Astralis, that this round is one that will slip past the wayside. They get out with the Deegan armor, at least you got another chance at this force buy in the next round. So, you know, all things considered, this is okay, right? This is a way to make it so you haven't completely thrown away a chance at salvaging a round with these Deagles.
I mean, at this point in the game, Astralis going for the buy in this round was subscribing to the idea that we're fighting for an 8-7. Like that's really what we're doing. We're forcing, we're hoping to win, but in the likely event we don't, here we go, another eco that at least now isn't an eco with them having these saved Deegs. But you're giving VP 7 at this point, and there's not much you can do about it. So here we go. All the more reason for VP to get loud, to start having a little more faith as well. And Zip, he's having a lights out performance in the server, rivaled only by Kicker, who's also on double digits. But no one on his team holding the same score. Magisk is close, at least.
Well, we got another one of these gamble stacks, and this time it's going to be the other way, leaning heavy into a B hold early on. You know, Virtus.pro, they've kind of had their say as to how this B site is played out in these last few rounds. So you're hoping that with 4 here, you can hold on the Astralis side. Bubsky's also taking an aggressive stance in the bedroom. He gets info at least. The spot goes either way. Now, what will that make VP do? Right, you've seen someone getting aggressive in the apartments. You might start to get a little bit paranoid as to Astralis extending their map control over here at A, and that could force you into this B stack unknowingly. As they start to creep up, Astralis haven't peaked yet. They haven't shown anything. Virtus.pro are looking at this B site and they're saying, oh my God, they might have stacked A. This could be free. This might be an empty site. Buster now spots 1 and a second. That's still only 2 spotted. A third man now seen over in dark, and I think the penny is starting to drop. Regardless, kills are coming through for Astralis. And as Virtus.pro turn back into A, Bubsky has got to do it all with this Deagle up in the apartments. They know about him now. He doesn't have the element of surprise. Dupree has slipped in from long, but dealt with on that first peek. Bubsky is still buying time. It's awkward. Virtus.pro are running again around the world and back to square one. It's a B play after all. But who gets there first? Magisk or VP.
He has a molly. Magist has a molly. It's only 10 seconds. He's going to throw it right in the middle. He can churn them up here. There it is. Almost the ace for Magist. Bomb trying to get grabbed. He has just enough time. James trying to stick the numbers in, but here comes Zip, and he's looking to close it out with ease. Astralis, the eco win, the save deeks, do it all. And Magist at the forefront of that. Oh my goodness, they send VP on a railway, back and forth, round and around again. They hit both sites twice and they finally fall to the pistols.
Oh, only VP would attempt that in that situation there, man. They run all the way back. A bomb plant in the final seconds, but yeah, Magist, you mentioned him, you mentioned that magic Molotov.
Picked up off of VP's body as well. That was, the bottle molly. That was not an incendiary grenade. So VP, they signed their own death note. And that hurts to lose it for sure, losing the pistols. But, both teams have been on either side of that in this series. Just got to pick yourselves up and carry on. This is the most important gun round now, and Dupree is starting to find his footing.
Yeah, more confidence as well. Magisk is peeking in alt mid. He didn't see anything early. Oh, Yakindar, I was going to say, looking like he wants to get a little bit tricky with this mid smoke. There's a gap. He's seen a leg. Magisk. Oh, keep your eye on the smoke, and he will flick back to deal with Yakindar. The numbers getting stripped away, and it's Magisk at the helm again, offering up a big multi-kill to try and see through this last in the first half for Astralis.
Yeah, we said there was no rivaling Zip just a couple of rounds ago. Well, that changed very quickly. 6 kills in 2 rounds, and we're not done. Magisk is not going to get the action, though. It is a B play. He's trying to run a rotate, and the flash is beautiful. Glaive, nothing he can do there but fire and hope. Zip might be calling for utility of his own. VP have even smoked off CT spawn. It's all on Zip. No one's through just yet, but they finally appear, and Zip shuts down the burst, leaving it all on the sniper.
Yeah, just Jame, and through the smoke, they'll rid us of him. Astralis at 9-6 half. We've had these kind of scorelines all throughout this series, and yet they still end up in OT. Are we going to get more of the same tenacity out of the VP War Machine, or are they finally running on empty?
Hey Future Pros, sometimes in CS you just want to get aggressive and take the fight straight to the enemy. I'll use this mid push from Astralis to demonstrate a reasonably good approach to get up in the faces of your foes on Inferno. It really helps if you're keeping track of the T's economy, as doing this against a fully bought T side will have varying results. This strategy requires 3 Future Pros, 2 HEs and an AWP. Future Pro number 1, you'll be the player who pushes deep into mid. As you make your way to mid, get your HE out and lob it down mid. This makes sure that if anyone does face you, then they will already have taken some damage. Make sure to push along the right side of the wall so you don't get killed by a T holding steps. Tuck yourself into this corner and listen for any noise or calls from your teammates. When Future Pro 3 has made some kind of contact towards T steps, this is your cue to peek out and hopefully get a free kill. After this contact, keep your head on a swivel, as multiple Ts could be about to flood out alt mid or T steps. Future Pro number 2. You will mostly be holding alt mid, but first throw this HE just as Future Pro 1 does. Once you have thrown your HE, it is possible for Ts to be close to you already from alt mid, so be ready for a fight. You can cycle between holding mid and alt mid depending on how the Ts are pushing. Be confident in your aim and quickly process any information you receive. Future Pro number 3, you'll be holding T steps from the top of mid with an AWP. Your role is to relay information to your team and act as support so your fellow Future Pros can't be singled out. And that's it. Going aggressive as a CT is always a risk, but if you and your lads are feeling dominant, this can be a great way to control the flow of a match. It could completely fail as well, and if it does, I don't want to hear anything in the comments. Get some DM in instead and keep improving.
Journey that started, what feels like so long ago now when we began this quarterfinal series, and the end is finally within sight. There's only one spot in the semi-final versus G2 tomorrow. Will it be Astralis or VP locking in that semi-final appearance? As it stands, Astralis have a lead, but those have come to matter a hell of a little in this series so far.
Yeah, OTs have been how we end both maps, and so it would only do it justice to give us the same here. James hears the steps. He just gets in Boiler in time, and he lets him up long, looking for the backstab. Glaive is gone, but everyone else from Astralis makes it. However, James is solo A right now. He may have all the info. He may have the world in the palm of his hand, but he doesn't have the sight, nor his life. Tagged through the smoke, Magisk was wrapping him anyway, even if Bubsky didn't get that kill. And now it's gone from bad to worse here for VP. Bomb planted, and app still controlled.
And it's a slow retake out of VP, leaving no stone unturned. But will this, this slow approach come back to haunt them? They smoke off this site crossfire. Magisk is in pole position. Oh no, the turnaround! Is that going to tear it all away? Zip's dead in the pit. Another kill comes through. Bubsky. It's all on Bubsky. 1v1, and he's hiding in the smoke. He's playing with time. And there's the tap that seals the deal. Astralis, they get double digits, and it's on the back of young gun Bubsky.
He's a bit of a pistol player, isn't he? He had that ace with a Glock over on Overpass, but here on Inferno, he just wants to close this series for his team. And that could be the beginning of the end for VP. Never want to count out this roster, but 10-6 down, a pistol lost, a force incoming. This is going to give us very, very similar vibes to Overpass, at least in the scoreline before VP start buying. What a round from Bubsky. Flash denies any mid-information. Yakinda still goes back for it with the FAMAS. James here with a scout as well. Couple of guns, but Bubsky wants to remove them both.
Oh man, this is... Oh, James! Yeah, we'll finally decide that enough is enough. And here comes the MAC-10s out of the apartments. Brap from the boys on the entries. Plant is in. And no chance at a retake. No chance at a defuse if you're Virtus.pro. You're too far away. You're locked out of A. Yep. Great stuff there from the red arrows of Astralis.
Yeah, coming through the sky. No warning. And it will diffuse the situation with those double entries. VP was so hung up in middle trying to get those fights off. And now they're just trying to keep guns. Glaive jumping round corners, and no survivors here for VP. It's 5 alive, it's money made, and it's MAC-10s taking the limelight here for the Danish side. 11-6. And Yakinda has gone stone cold. He's been left on the countertop too long. You mentioned how VP like to exhaust their opponents. Well, maybe some friendly fire here. 3-13. This is the guy we look out to be a beast here for VP. If he can't recover, then I don't think VP will.
I just can't get over the copious amounts of star power we've seen out of Zip in this series. Like, absolutely. This is unreal.
40 kills on the last map alone.
Like, no matter how anyone else is doing, he's been a constant. He's been a backbone of these scorelines, of these games. And in the third map, we're seeing that culminate in all its glory. Zip leading the charge. Virtus.pro, a B stack with pistols, and maybe Astralis are about to walk into it.
Yeah, but there's only 2 here. Even if it goes worst case scenario and both these guys die, it's all the info in the world. They can go back for the bomb. They can kill that solo player of Kicker on A. And it's not like Astralis have overcommitted here. I mean, Astralis won this round by stacking B with their own deagles, if you remember. VP are not as well armed. Flat USPs with the exception of Kicker.
Yeah, I like this, man. Magisk almost feels like it's too good to be true, right? Like, this was exactly the scenario they posed to VP. As you pointed out, they weren't peeking, and that was very, very purposeful, trying to entice them into a stacked site. Now with that kill coming in at long, The peaks are going to come in towards Magisk, and he's able to make the call. Yeah, we read this right. It is the B stack. So now Astralis feel assured in this round, and Magisk will make it so.
Lovely.
A lovely little 4-piece to cement 12-6.
Yeah.
Now we got the big boy guns coming in for VP, but you don't have many rifle rounds if you don't hit the ground running.
Yeah, they were 12-5 on overpass. They still made it OT. So this, by comparison, easy, mate. But easier said than done when Astralis are looking this ferocious. Ever since I said no one was rivaling Xyp9x's kill count, Magisk has come up with some massive rounds in the last few towards the end of the CT side as well. And so here we go. AWP for Jame. Still the bonus for Astralis. It's a good round to run it on. You can definitely win this. It's forced head armor for VP. And if you do lose it, you've got multiple rebuys coming down the pipeline. So let's see something faster, something more aggressive, something audacious from Astralis.
Yeah, they're wasting no time. Oh, Bobski with the open of the back 10s on the force and churning through the rifles. There's the lineup for Sanji, king of the SMG players. He reins them back in, still alive in the sight, dealt with by Glaive. And it's him and Magisk to try and see this round through. This was a bonus round from Astralis, and now they're poised to run away with it.
Yeah, Glaive stuck behind the pillar. He gets the reload off. I don't know how he wins that. Yakinda out for the count, and Buster now up on with a job. 1v2, there's the first. Where's Magisk gotten to? He's back in the pit, and Buster has no clue, checking everything but the right place, and time is ticking as well. He doesn't have a kit. He doesn't have a hope in hell. Tap on the bomb, and Magisk bites. 13 rounds to Astralis, all the guns saved, all the glory kept, and VP put on the back foot.
This is a disaster now for Virtus.pro, right? The difference maker on all these maps gone by is when they headed into these crunch rifle rounds, where winning them really, really matters in terms of setting you up for these comebacks that we associate with VP. They've always been able to get them over the line. Well, here, not only was it a bonus round victory going in favor of Astralis, and now money's made for the Danes, Virtus.pro have got nothing, not really. They can cobble together armor and pistols, but that really is the extent of it.
Yeah, this would be really one hell of a statement to end the series this way, after being in this exact predicament twice, and both times VP longing it out to OT, to feel like the 6-hour BO3 boys have been exhausted their own way, and for it to actually be a dominant third map, that would be one hell of a way to do it for Astralis. Not there yet, though. VP have full forced. This is mental. I really thought an eco was coming in. Jame is still saving for the AWP, but everyone else has put everything they can in. And set up, stacked up on the short side. It's where Astralis have been running, almost every round so far, right? So it's a good call, but it's a risky call for VP. Could just be left in the dirt.
Yeah, this isn't the normal second half. This isn't one of these ones where we're looking at it and it feels like VP can grind their way back in. Their hopes, their dreams in this quarterfinal now hinge on a very, very mishmashed buy. You don't have much in the way of utility either, right? You've got a decent belt of it, but you've got to be conservative. You've got to use it if and when it's needed. You want to try and hold on to as much as you can come this execute from Astralis. Kickert's position was hoping to net in the opener, and it will through the smoke. Dupree on the receiving end of the famous spray. All right, VP. Maybe still a little bit more left in the tank yet.
Yeah, that jump for Dupree, he got the info, but it didn't help him out. Just got spammed. Can Zip get an entry here? Because they're fully committed. They're not going back to B. They've left that position. So into the stack that is now dissipating. It is falling apart. There's only 2 CTs here. James gets cleared. There's the entry from Magisk. You still got to worry about the Apps flank, but Kicker's been cut off by Util, some of which his own. Really just buying time for Buster, who's been denied by Magis back in the pit in a perfect position in a 4-on-3, and Astralis looking ready to close his force by. It won't be made. They won't make that decision. VP will instead. They give it up. They throw in the white flag and they try and hold on to their guns.
Yeah, saving 3 here, it's all right. It means that you still have guns in the next. As mentioned, Jame was saving in this round, so he's able to purchase up as well. But we really are approaching last chance saloon for Virtus.pro, considering that throughout this entire series, throughout every VP game ever, you're left hanging on under this belief that they can pull it back. That is going to be tested now more so than ever.
Yeah, this is the Astralis that we wanted here, Harry. This is the Astralis that we almost did see in the first couple of maps, but it's finally coming to fruition, and even more potently than before. 5 in a row on the T side, yet to give a round up, forcing VP's reinvestments. Think about how it started. It was the opposite on the T side. VP, when they lost the second round after Astralis' force, VP full eco, they went, fine, you want it, you have it. We'll come back in with our gun rounds. We'll show up when it matters. Well, VP have done the opposite here. They've been rebuying round after round. And again, they put in penny after pound. AWP out for James. And fast for Astralis.
Oh, and the opener, it's Bobski to secure it. I tell you what, this guy might find himself running into the Lion's Den an awful lot, but he really has crowned himself as the maddest Lion out there. Another entry, perhaps, more damage onto Buster, who is the last hope at B. They've got him trapped in a cage. James cannot cover the cross. Buster dead after one, and James even getting spammed out as well. It's a 3-on-4 retake. No more saving for VP, you'd like to think.
Apart from this one first. Let's just give it up, guys. I don't know if we can do it, and they might be right. Even that rotator kicker is not coming in.
You can see like the inner conflict, right? They kind of know that this is a round they have to attempt, but at the same time, it's so unlikely that the best case is to back up. Give up 15, give map and series point to Astralis, and hinge on finding 9 in a row for overtime.
Yeah, this is the constant rebuying that's dug a hole that VP will now rest in. 6 feet under. And Astralis showing up in the server, showing up on land, 15-6 right now, looking to hunt down some guns, looking to remove what they can at the end of things. They might get the headshot to James, but it is denied. And here we go, 15-6. Surely, no way in hell we end up in overtime. It's just about slipping it through. Just one round, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, you can almost feel like there's not the big celebrations anymore on Astralis. Yeah. The reason is they're not content with just winning the 1 round or the 2 rounds that we needed to get them up onto 15. They want the whole damn thing locked in before they get up and start celebrating. You can feel the whole nation of Denmark, man, waiting with bated breath. Are Astralis back? Is this the team that Denmark can get behind, showing its face once more? Yakinda, aggression, a change of pace, a change of face, but Bobski's gonna trade it out. A 4-on-4, Buster getting pressured, but he does hold his own, and so for the time being, the B play is denied.
Yeah, good damage for Yakinda, right? As said, he's been having a quiet one, but trying to throw himself back into the action. I admire his confidence to do that even when times are tough. That's such a typical Yakinda play. Nice shot from Jamie, gets out alive. Don't know how. Flash gives him a little more room. Kicker's going to be here to deny the bomb plant. A very hard position to check with Pit and Long open as well. And so Astralis start using utility. They will clear it, but Kicker's quicker. And now Dupree in the clutch. Very low and not long for this world. It's 7 rounds to Virtus.pro. They hold on for a moment. How much longer?
Well, look, man, we say this a lot. Yakinda is often a backbone of this VP team, often an integral, aggressive piece of the puzzle. 4-17 when it matters most. We saw him trying to go back to his old tricks with banana aggression there. If we could get Yakinda activated, if we could, maybe Virtus.pro can make this a long one after all, but it is just the sheer length, it's the sheer grit that's going to be required. And Astralis, they're eyeing up a victory, man. They're spurred on. This is the biggest chance they've ever had in this series to close it out. A fast play out through mid, and James off the angle. They're chasing him, but he does get away.
Yeah, nice shot, but just still gets Sanji out of the library, who covers for James. He's now back on the angle, only for a moment prior to the flashbang, and Buster down Banana is stopping Astralis from rotating out. Even crossing isn't safe. They have to use a smoke for the choke. They know Buster won't flank with Yorb, and so they'll focus on the other one, trying to hunt down James. Easier said than done. He's still here on the long side, and now it's a 2v3. No util, just one smoke. You're just trying to fight your way back in. Glaive started, he's provided the first, and now it's left up to Orbs to retake. They might want to juggle some guns.
Yeah, double Orb retake, far from ideal. Zip and Glaive, 2 of the most experienced faces you'll look to see left up against the might of Virtus.pro. and they're not giving them anything. VP have got to bring the fight to Astralis, and it's got to be now. Zip holding the short side. The timing is perfect from Glaive. Jame 1v2, and no Jame time left in the tank. He's got to win this. There's the first. Oh, Jame with the double, and it keeps on going for VP. So close on the defuse, but he's locked it in. James keeps on going. Virtus.pro, they need 7 more, but with Jame showing up in crunch time, maybe it's a possibility. He's kept it going.
It feels so bittersweet for VP, right? You just win one hell of a round there from those double orbs, from James' dominance, but it doesn't matter, and it might not even be remembered if Astralis just come up and close right here, right now. Lovely shots for Jame, but is it Jame in vain, or is it Astralis closing? Every round we ask that question again. Back up and honor with the pace as well. Great utility for VP. They do bruise and batter Astralis on the approach. It's just got 3 health for crying out loud, but Astralis not deterred. They want to commit.
Yeah, smoke down in CT. Sanji dead. Oh, Yakindar trying to make a play into the molly. Lots of damage done, but only 1 kill. Oh, Yakindar, that could have been his defining moment. That could have been it. That could have just snatched another round away. But once more, it falls to the retake. Jame has been a hero in these times before. When Virtus.pro have needed someone to close the gap, he has been there to answer the call. This time, smoked off in CT, they are not giving Jame the room. Instead, it's going to come down to this flash peek from the coffins to try deliver these openers. And the re-smokes are in again. So much time is eluding Virtus.pro. They've gotten this first kill, but it is ticking away from them. Jame dead in CT. The trade's back. It's even 2-on-2, but time is running out. And that's the least of their worries. Dupree is the man to close it. Astralis are going to the semi-finals. Virtus.pro, their run ends here, and Astralis rise once more to try and sit on the throne of Danish Counter-Strike.